So this is the ShotCut interface. First we want to turn on the timeline, and we'll turn on the properties view. These help us as we put the project together. Now that we can see what we're doing, we'll want to get a couple of things to work with, so we'll do open file. And then we want to go grab the audio track that we're going to use. So this will be your retail sample, and I just put a recording of some stuff that was going on in the room. And the first thing that happens is it starts playing, so you can just click on pause and that'll stop it from playing. And check out the duration over here. You might need that later, hopefully not. Go to the timeline, right click, and do add audio track. And then just drag the audio down and drop it into the audio track. And there it is. Then the next thing we need to do is go find a cover for the book. So go grab wherever you've got your cover graphic. And this is just a random one from one of my books. And again, it plays, so just click pause. And then we're going to want to take that asset and add a track for it. So we right click again and do add video track, and there's our new video track. And we can just drag the graphic down and drop it onto the video track. But we want to take note of the time. We might need to adjust it. By adding the audio track first, usually what happens is the graphic gets properly sized to the audio track when we drop it in. So we just drag the slider all the way to the left of the timeline so that we're at the very beginning, and then drag the graphic onto the timeline and all the way to the left and drop it. And it sizes to the right length. Now if it doesn't get all the way in, you can drag it out there, make it the right size. So now we're ready to export. We've got everything we need. We click on the export button, and this is where ShotCut gets really strong because we can export in almost any format we could possibly imagine. So the first thing to do is go down and pick out H.264 baseline is the one that I like to start with. Doesn't really matter because we're going to change most of the settings anyway. So then we go over into the settings, and you can see that it'll set the format to MP4. And then down in the video window, we can set the resolution to 640 by 480 as specified in Dan's instructions. And that makes the aspect ratio 4:3. So we'll set that. And the frames per second, 29 is what's in the instructions. We can set it to anything we want, but we'll stick with 29. In the codecs, we want to make sure it's LiBeX 264, and the audio is AAC. And it will default, if we pick AAC, to 48,000 and 256K. Roll all the way down to the bottom of the window, click Export File, and it'll prompt you for a file name. We put in a file name, so something imaginative like my sample video. Oh, I'm just so creative. Click Save, and it starts counting away up in the window, up here. So rather than bore you to tears like that, we're going to jump to the end here. Here we are. We're just about done. There it is. And we can go out and check the file system. And there's my sample video ready to send to Dan.